Okay, we'll start off with Euro USD this morning. Yesterday we were looking at this price action and we were looking for confirmation that this was going to be a fake out, just like up here. So we had this break above and then a violent return, and this looks like we've just got the exact same, only in the opposite end. Break below, then violent return. So we were on hand waiting for Monday's range. If we can just put the day dividers on, so a break above that high and we got long. I like to use the wick and the body. So we broke above, came back down, broke above again, so we were underwater for a little bit and now we're pushing up, and this is a level I expect to trim some off and then leave the rest for previous Monday's low. So that's moving quite well and quite pleased with that. Don't really need to rush into anything else, but we will have a look. We're also looking at dollar Swiss, set a break below Monday's low, and we can see a push to the downside. Still think this level comes into play on higher time frames. If we go out to the weekly, it was this support and resistance here. So you can see this level, and you can see this touch here. Quite clear support, turn to resistance. So my bias was bearish, looking for break below Monday's low. So quite simple. Gather your bias, and then the trading and the waiting part's quite easy. So looking for a push down to this level. That's the next key level. On higher time frames, do expect a little bit of a, if we come down, a little bit of a spike back, but hopefully we can continue on to the downside. Pound CAD is not really doing what I wanted it to do, which is typical, but if we look at the weekly, it's still very bearish. So this is the support turning to resistance. That's the key level. Also, this is the level that I'm watching. This is lining up with Monday's low, so it's not close to it at the moment. If we go down into H1, this is Monday's low here. Let's just point that out. So yeah, we've just been chopping about, not very nice price action. So this could be one for next week. Do not think it's going to set up this week unless we get something drastic today and tomorrow, but I'll be keeping an eye on that level. Pound New Zealand is still not keen on this either. You can see the price action is very choppy, and I've just been staying very clear of that. But if we go out into the higher time frames, you can see it becomes a lot clearer. Did warn against price action, just doing this here between these two levels. You can see the support and the resistance running through here. So this is the key level for me going into the future. So resistance turns to support, support, and this is the most recent support. So still waiting on the sidelines and higher time frame. Something like this comes down, so could be a couple of weeks before we get anything on that, but just want to draw your attention to that, and just to keep it in the back of your mind. EURUSD, if we go to the weekly, still looking very bearish. Even though price isn't doing what we want it to at the moment, it's quite easy to forget the higher time frames and get frustrated. But this price action is very bearish. So they've came up 3 times at least trying to break this level, couldn't do it. So I'll keep an eye on this on the lower time frames. I want to draw your attention to Monday's low. See what price action we get there. Draw from the wick to the body. Around here you can see the nice level that I'm looking at. So just keeping an eye on this as well. EURUSD, do expect that to fall, but like I say, price action's not favourable at the minute, but you can see this most recent bounce here, and so acting as support, support, support here, support here, support, support, support. So once we do finally get that break below, it should give you the confidence to short that. Euro pound also If we go to the higher time frames, this price action here, you see this rate of this level, failure to close above it. So at the moment it's stuck between two levels, this level here. So I'm on the sidelines with this until it either breaks this or breaks back above to take out this high. So not high up on the list, even though we did take out a swing point, it's straight into these highs here. So I would be very patient with this. Everything's setting up on higher time frames, so we'll have to just wait it out a little bit more. Overall bias is bearish, so keep that in mind. We can go over dollar yen. I think that's the last that I will look at. Weekly time frame, this channel, and this is where we're getting the reaction off again. If we go down into the H1, this is Monday's level here. So we had this structure going through the market, and this channel, quite nice channel, and we're breaking that now. So we're breaking to the downside. This is Monday's low that I'm keeping an eye on, something like this, and I would get on board shorts, and then I think it's time to start selling dollar yen. So just want to keep this one short, just a little update of what I'm looking at. Euro dollar going quite well, and a few other pairs looking sweet. So anything you want me to look at, give me a shout, or any questions, just let me know. The most important thing is stay safe in these times, and I'll see you tomorrow.